Hi there, welcome to Fly Tarot. I'm going to do a tarot card reading for Aries energy. And, well, let's see what we got right here. We have the Two of Pentacles and the Lover's card and the Ace of Swords is the reason this came out. So you're trying to maintain your balance in the energy of love, being focused on the truth that life is about love, with the people that you are in relationship and that you have your life with. You're trying to maintain balance with those people in truth and love and stay focused on love. Everybody has free will and people can harness their Aries energy different. Some people could have a more worldly Aries viewpoint in life, and their truth could be that I juggle love. I kind of look at love as optional, and if there's someone I can be in a relationship and that person doesn't know that I juggle people and I don't really invest, then I'm going to keep moving forward with those people. So you have to listen to your intuition about yourself and other people in the world. How do they harness their Aries energy? Do they free themselves from their more prideful, egotistical, selfish, greedy, emotionally defensive nature to move forward in love and truth? Or are they kind of going back and forth, people who present themselves as being like loving and just and fair and loyal and committed, but that's the persona they present to the world to get people to be in relationships with them? But the truth is they kind of juggle, and they might be driven more by ego and image and money or status, or out of fear or insecurity, or all those things. So that's going to be the difference that we're going to talk about in this reading. Some people are juggling, and some people have detached from relationships and old ways of being to move forward in truth and love, being balanced within themselves, loving themselves, wanting to also be in relationships with people who are that way, and other people are moving forward still juggling, but they might be in a relationship. So then we have the Six of Pentacles and the Fool card, and the reason those came out is because of the Ten of Swords. You have seen the truth of some situation, you people in high vibe. You've realized that if you keep being foolish or being in relationships with people who are foolish, and if you keep making your life more about pride and ego and image and status, you're probably not going to have your dreams come into reality. We want to be in relationships with people who have learned lessons, because the Ten of Swords is about any 10 in tarot in high vibe. It means you've completed a lesson. And over here, we have the Ace of Swords. High vibe people have learned a lesson. They have completed a cycle. They have learned lessons about people who maybe exchange one foundation, like operating from their more loving, hopeful, believing nature, with their more shadowy, materialistic nature. And they could be a fool for money and materialism or indulgence. And you're done. You've freed yourself. Two of Pentacles is Capricorn energy, and shadowy energy, it's the devil. In high vibe energy, it means you freed yourself. You have seen the truth, maybe about some people that you had love for, you know, that you've seen the truth and you're done. In the Ten of Swords, you're done. You're done exchanging time, energy, and effort with people who are fools. People who haven't seen the truth, people who don't want to see the truth, people who just have life lessons to learn that you've already learned. When we learn lessons in life, we move on from living our life that way. It's kind of like, you could equate it to being 15, 18, 20, 25, 30, et cetera, et cetera. Some people learn lessons in life and they quit acting in their more immature, foolish ways of being. You know, some 18-year-olds don't act like they did how when they were 15, but some do. When you're 21, you maybe don't act like you did when you're 18, but some people do. And you could have known some people that they keep being tempted, maybe by their worldly nature, because kind of that's what the pentacles can be, and living more from their mind and their heart. And the Six of Pentacles is Taurus energy, which also can be about money and status and image and ego. You might have been in relationships with some people who are a fool for the world. It's all they're driven and motivated by those things. Those are the most important things to them. And if you were trying to balance things out with someone like that, you see the truth. We can be in denial of the truth and think that, oh no, one day they'll quit being selfish or greedy or materialistic or image focused and they'll do love. And sometimes we realize some people are never going to change. And everybody has free will. And they have the right to live their life whatever way they want. We just have to see the truth. And it could be just that some people who need to grow up and mature themselves and they're not doing it yet. So you're done exchanging time, energy, and effort with those people. And you are going, if you had been with the Two of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles more in putting in work and effort into like building a foundation in a job, in a relationship, in a friendship, I think you're exchanging being in your more putting in work and effort into a foundation to take a leap of faith and align with your more hopeful, believing, loving nature. I have given everything I can here. Other people aren't willing to grow or mature themselves, or their dream and their truth is different than my dream and my truth. And you're going to tap into your Aries energy to be bold and brave and confident and quit kind of indulging people who maybe aren't putting in the same work and effort to balance out their kind of dualistic nature. We've all got our shadowy nature. We can free willingly be selfish and greedy and prideful and immature and indulgent and bossy and controlling. And if you're maintaining your balance in truth and love, why do we keep engaging in relationships and keep exchanging resources with other people who don't do that within themselves? We have lessons to learn about why we do that. And some high vibe Aries are saying, I'm done. I'm not doing it anymore. So what else is coming up for Aries energy? The Nine of Wands, the Star, the Strength card, and the Seven of Pentacles because of the Queen of Wands. If we don't want to keep indulging other people in their poor behavior, we have to get out of our ego emotionally, because the queens in tarot can talk about our emotional state, and the Queen of Wands is Leo energy. Have we been and keep putting in work and effort into something because of our ego, because of our fear, because of our insecurity, because of our self-limiting beliefs? Some high vibe people are learning that they need to stand up for themselves, because high vibe Queen of Wands is people emotionally who have learned that they have to have good boundaries within themselves. And if they have good boundaries within themselves, that they're not indulging in being like petty or manipulative or prideful or egotistical, they deserve to be in relationships with other people who have good boundaries. And the people who are moving forward with you in your life, your friends, your family, your children, your parents, your siblings, your coworkers, and just in general, other people in the world. There's other people in the world who also temper their pride and ego, who have good boundaries within themselves, who aren't selfish and greedy and manipulative and stuff like that. And sometimes we can get into relationship with people who don't have good boundaries to teach us that we need to have good boundaries and better boundaries within ourselves to stand up for ourselves emotionally, to love ourselves, to believe in ourselves, to treat ourselves with in a way that we wish other people would treat us, to treat ourselves with love and compassion and kindness and forgiveness. We've had lessons to learn in life. Other people have lessons to learn in life. And we have good boundaries because we have a dream that we want to bring into reality. And we need to protect that dream, and we need to believe in ourselves and love ourselves. And if we're in relationships with other people who are juggling us, who are acting foolish, who maybe live more from their mind than their heart, who might want to exchange resources with you because it's good for, in their shadowy Leo energy, it's good for their ego or their image. I mean, if you're a loving, giving person, yeah, people want to be in a relationship with you. It's great to be in a relationship with you. But do they have good boundaries within themselves? Or do they indulge in their more shadowy nature, which could be shadowy Aquarius, shadowy Leo, shadowy Taurus? I'm supposed to be the center of attention. I like being in a relationship with you because it makes me look like a shining star in the world. It makes me look like I'm very successful and like I'm shining very bright. Or I like to be in a relationship with you because you shine very bright and you're very successful. And I'm driven by my ego. I like to be in relationships because it's good for my ego and my image and my status. But I really look at relationships more as like, is this person a good investment? Is this good for my ego and my image? Is this good for my status? And it's investing in relationships more because of pride or ego or their own lack of self belief in themselves to believe that they can actually manifest from a place of love, because our ego nature can be our emotionally defensive nature. And if they're in a relationship with other people who are nurturing and loving and warm, yeah, I want to be in a relationship with you, but I'm defensive. They would harness these energies in a shadowy way. I'm defensive of having hope and faith and belief and love. So I never temper my pride and my ego and my emotional defensiveness. I never put in the work and effort to grow and mature myself to get out of my ego. And so then in a relationship, I can be fearful and insecure and competitive and prideful and egotistical or whatever because I'm so afraid that you're going to heal from your past pain and heartbreak and you're going to want to grow and mature yourself. And I never grow and mature myself because I never put in the work and effort to self reflect about my fears and my insecurities. I never temper. I lack hope and faith and belief in my dreams. I don't temper my fears and insecurities. So, if people have been in relationships with people like that, some high vibe people are realizing if those people are their friends or their siblings or a romantic interest, it doesn't really matter. High vibe people are realizing who are the people they need to have good boundaries up against, because shadowy people in our life, because they're not doing the work and effort within themselves to be bold and brave and confident and invest in loving themselves and tempering their fears and insecurities to believe in their dreams and being bold and brave and strong, they get in relationships with people and then they don't want those people to do that work either. Because if you do that work within you, they're going to have to do that work within themselves to keep moving forward with you. Again, back to the differences in age. If you have someone who you are good friends with at age 18, but they keep living like an 18-year-old, and you've kind of grown and matured yourself and went and got a job or went to college or, moved away from home, and they're still living their life like that, there's some life lessons they probably haven't learned, like to overcome some of their fear and their insecurities and their self limiting beliefs that you have. And they would have to do those things too, kind of to be less fearful or less afraid. And sometimes some people in our life don't want us to kind of grow and mature ourselves and be more bold and brave and confident in the world because they're not. And then they harness shadowy energy and they can be manipulative and stubborn and prideful, and they can do things to hurt you, to try to sabotage you from believing in yourself and being bold. They play on your fear, they play on your insecurities, to keep you kind of in your shadow nature so they can keep indulging in a relationship with you and you keep staying where you're at and keep willing to indulge them in a relationship. So let's see what's going on. What is the last bit of the message here for Aries energy? Temperance card, because of the Five of Cups. Trying to balance out our strong emotions about people. We have the free will choice to align with people in our life who are loving, encouraging, supportive, who encourage us to be all that we can be. And then we also have other people in our life who don't encourage us to be all that we can be. And it can make us sad because we wish, that we could balance things out with them. But we can't make other people do the work within themselves. We can't make other people love themselves. We can't make other people temper their own fears and insecurities and their self limiting beliefs. That's an inside job. We all have a dualistic nature. We all have our more fearful, insecure, bossy, controlling, manipulative, it has to be all about me nature. And some people choose to offset their fears and their insecurities with love and hope and faith and belief, and to get out of their more, our shadow nature can be our more immature, indulgent, self centered. It has to be all about me. I don't want to grow and mature myself. I want to do things we all as human beings can be fearful of change. But we can have people in our life who try to manipulate and control us, who want us to keep investing in them, but they're hurtful, you know? Instead of being open and honest and loving and just and fair and talking about their fears and their insecurities and their own issues that they have so that we can work together, to work through those things. Some people, that does, in the Seven of Pentacles, again, we have the Six of Pentacles, or the Six and the Two. It takes, and the Pentacles talk about investing time, energy, and effort. Some people don't want to invest that time, energy, and effort. Between this situation here and this situation here, where there could be equal give and take if people were willing to be more bold and brave and confident and put an end to old ways of being. In between there, we have the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles talks about clinging to an old way of being or thinking or viewing life or viewing relationships or viewing ourselves, clinging to this old way of being that we don't want to let go of. Why do we not want to let go of it? Because it maybe makes us feel safe. Why do people keep investing more in their fear and insecurity than being bold and brave and confident? Because it keeps them safe, and it takes work and effort to get out of your fear and your insecurities, you know? And some people would just keep holding on to the way they've been living their life instead of aligning with exchanging a foundation of being aligned with their more fearful, insecure nature with aligning with their more hopeful, believing nature. It's a free will choice. And I think some people in their Aries energy took time to maybe hold back from some people in their life, because the Two of Pentacles can talk about picking up an investment with something you had been involved in and looking to invest in other people and go on a new journey, and because that's what the Fool card talks about, completely detaching from the past and ways of being and living your life and viewing life and thinking about life. And I think some high vibe Aries took some time here in the Four of Pentacles. And we also go from the Ace of Swords to the Ten of Swords, which means a lot of thought was going on in between here. 9 swords of thought. And taking time, holding back before you go to get maybe in another relationship or another job or, whatever it is, to really think about. And the 9 of Swords in high vibe can be, I'm really thinking about what is love and what isn't loving. Are the people and the way I've been living my life, is this love? Is this my truth? Some people could have been fearful of being in more balanced relationships because it would require them to be more bold and brave and confident and put an end to some of their illusions that they had about relationships of thinking I can just juggle and not really invest. Or if I'm in a relationship with someone who really isn't investing in me, do I deserve to be in relationships with people who are more authentic and vulnerable and loving and bold and brave and confident? Do I want to be a more bold and brave and confident person? Do I want to keep holding on to the way things have been doing? Some people won't finish the cycle. They'll keep staying right here. Some people will be all up in their head about it, but they won't complete the cycle. what do we do when we're all up in our head and, we're working through all of our fears and insecurities? Do we just decide, oh, no, I'm all stressed out. Nope, I'm going to be a fool and I'm going to go repeat that past pattern. That, we either complete the cycle and we see the truth. Oh, I need to connect in with my emotions and my intuition, because that's also what the queens talk about. I need to have good boundaries within myself. If I don't want if I want to live my life authentically, because that's also what the Leo energy and high vibe means, it means letting your authentic nature shine in the world. I'm not going to let my fear, my insecurity, my codependency, my lust, my greed, my more immature, indulgent nature run my life anymore. My emotionally defensive nature. I deserve to be authentically myself in the world, to love myself enough to let my more vulnerable nature out in the world. I'm going to choose to love myself and believe in my dreams. And I'm going to be bold and brave and strong enough to invest in believing I deserve that in my life. Because otherwise, I'm kind of juggling and going back and forth and maybe all up in my head about, should I keep investing in this job or these people? And, am I ever going to take a risk to be bold and brave and confident, to believe in my dreams? Some people are going to go back and repeat past patterns of the past and live their life the way they've lived it. No, my truth is I'm not going to really invest in people. I'm going to stay in relationships where I don't really have to invest. I'll present myself as being this loving, just, fair, loyal, committed person, but behind the scenes, I still kind of want to maybe indulge in my more ego nature. I don't choose to align with my more loving, hopeful, believing nature and choose to believe in my dreams. And some high vibe people are going to invest in that, whether they're in relationships or not. This is things people have to do within themselves. We all harness Aries energy. Are the people, if we harness high vibe Aries energy, are the people we're in relationship harnessing that same high vibe Aries energy? Or do they are they a fool for the world? Do they live more from their mind and their heart? Do they not want to see the truth that it is about, there's more to life than shadowy Taurus energy, or making your life about money and materialism and status and image? Is it about love? Is it about living your truth? Some people won't be moving forward with some people. It doesn't matter if you're in a relationship or not. You want to be on the same page as people, other people who maintain their balance, who are truthful and honest and loving, who do equal give and take because they're bold and brave enough to do equal give and take. And when they get up in their fears or their insecurities or their more self-centered nature, they temper themselves and say, why would I invest in being prideful and egotistical and selfish and greedy and defensive? It's just going to cause heartbreak in this relationship. And they maintain good boundaries within themselves to get out of their ego and look at life from a higher perspective, that it's not just about me. It's about tempering my ego. If I want to work together with other loving people who are tempering their pride and ego, and they're not being manipulative, and they're not being prideful and egotistical and selfish and greedy and bossy and controlling, why do I think I should be that way? And they all do that work within themselves, and they balance out their emotions, because why would anybody almost be tempted to do that? Because their fear kicks up. Like, I've been in relationships before with people and relationships didn't work out, and it might signify that we need to balance out our emotions about some past relationships in our past that didn't work out. Are we going to be fearful of investing in our dreams because relationships in our past didn't work out? We have to love and believe in ourselves and give ourselves the things that we wish people in our past would have given us, so we can heal from that and keep moving forward. And as some people are moving forward, there might be some people that they want to balance things out with the Temperance and the Five of Cups. When we had lessons to learn, We could have not moved forward with some loving, bold, brave, confident people in our life because we had lessons to learn, and we could have hurt some people. We could have moved forward in our life and we had people in our past that had lessons to learn and we felt hurt, you know, and people are tempering their pride and ego and saying, you know what, I've learned some lessons in life and I accept that I had lessons to learn, humbling ourselves. There's some people in life that I'd like to balance some things out with because I had some lessons to learn. And I temper my pride and ego to invest in listening to my intuition to balance things out with some people. And if those are romantic relationships or not, or friendship or family or whatever, it's nice to be at peace within yourself. And if we've especially done that work within ourselves where we're at peace within ourselves and we're balanced within ourselves, we can do that with other people. It doesn't mean necessarily that we care to be in a relationship with them again or, if it was a romantic one or not. But if we're at peace within ourselves, we don't want other people that we might have hurt when we were kind of a little bit operating out of our more immature nature to not be at peace. And we want them to be at peace. I've grown and matured myself. I hope you're at peace. I'm sorry that I had hurt you in the past when I had lessons to learn and whatever. And other people, it's just going to be that they're going to take this time again as they move forward in their life, closing out one chapter of their life or way of being or relationships that they were in, to take some time to balance out their emotions about, in order to move forward, we have to kind of release the past so the past doesn't have a hold on us, like that past pain and heartbreak, so that we're not making decisions out of fear or insecurity or pride and ego and past pain and heartbreak. And some high vibe Aries could be doing that right now. Reconcile, learning to give themselves and investing in loving themselves so they quit maybe being defensive, quit maybe making their life more about image or status and money and materialism or being emotionally defensive, and being strong enough and brave enough to invest in loving and believing in themselves. And that allows them to balance out their emotions about past relationships that didn't work out. And needless, if some people aren't moving forward with us, you and the other people in your life that are moving forward, we can be sad, but if they are still kind of aligned with their more worldly nature, living more from their mind and their heart, they could still defend their more egoic or emotionally defensive nature or self-centered nature or prideful or egotistical or worldly nature. That's sad, but is to see the fact that everybody has their own issues and they're motivated and inspired by different things in the world. Not everybody is motivated by love. Not everybody is motivated by money and materialism. Some people are. And it can also be just indulging yourself and thinking that's what's going to make me happy. That's how I want to live my life. I don't really want to invest in anyone. Nine of Wands is a player, in shadow. I want to emotionally indulge myself. I want to be an immature player. It's all about me. I invest in other people who are maybe competitive or prideful or egotistical or who are hurt, and I just want to live a life of indulgence. We just have to see the truth. The truth sets us free. Are people on the same page and have the same dream we have, or do they not? And we tend to view other people in the world as being like we are, and then we realize after we've been in a relationship with them for a while, we see the truth that they could be driven more by money and materialism or indulgence, and they don't really ever work through their fears and insecurities to grow and mature themselves and be more bold and brave and confident, and they do keep repeating these same patterns of relationship over and over and over, and we don't want to repeat those same patterns. Have been there, have done that. I'm ready for new. I'm ready to take a leap of faith. There might be people in my life that I'm attracted to, that I love, but if I've learned the lesson I was meant to learn and they're not growing and maturing themselves and learning lessons, I have to defend my dreams and I have to temper my ego. It's kind of like the divine is always showing us the truth, but we can be up in our head about accepting the truth. Oh, this person isn't on the same page as you. It's like, oh, but they're the person for me. It's like, okay, you can keep staying in it. This person isn't on the same page as you. Oh, no, but they're my person. Okay. And eventually it just becomes overwhelming and we can't deny the truth anymore that I have got to stand up for myself and maybe move away from this person and quit investing in these people because I am willing to put in work and effort to bring a dream into reality and they're maybe not, or their dream is different than my dream. Tell us about what's coming up for people in high vibe Aries energy. And the people that are in your life and moving forward with you, whether you're in a relationship or not, those are the people who do that same work within themselves. Four of Swords, healing. Because why? Because you've seen the truth of people who harness shadowy Sagittarius energy of the Nine of Wands. They defend their more shadow nature. They're more, it's all about me. I'm the center of attention. Everybody else should put aside their pride and ego, but not me. I'm the star of the show. Or they're all about themselves and being an immature player, and they have no intention of tempering their pride and ego and investing in balancing out their issues of the past to move forward in life. And you're seeing the truth that some people have some growing up to do, because we have pages, we have knights, we have kings, we have queens, and then we have emperor and emperors and empresses. Life is about growing and maturing yourself, and you might have been in a relationship with someone who just still has a lot of growing up to do. And you're seeing the truth of it and healing from the past, and you're educating yourself about this whole game of life, that not everybody is on the same page that we are at any given point in time in life, just like you're not on the same page as other people in life. Other people might be more bold and brave and confident than you are in the world, and that's okay. We're all where we're at. It's just that we have to see the truth and not be an illusion about people. If people aren't ready in high vibe Sagittarius to heal and see the truth and reflect on the truth and be bold and brave and confident to look at life as an adventure to be lived, where they stay in their more, instead they stay in their more emotionally defensive nature or fearful nature or greedy, immature nature, then they're not ready to look at life as an adventure to be lived. Some people don't want to see the truth. People don't want to see the truth about themselves. Other people don't want to see the truth about why they live their life that way, why they're kind of immature and impulsive and reckless and keep repeating these same old patterns, because it would require them to reconcile themselves with past pain and heartbreak. And some people just don't, they turn their back to it. No, I'm not dealing with it. I'm going to keep living my life the way I have. It's like, okay, you go live your life and I'll go live my life. I wish you peace. What do people who harness some shadowy Aries energy? With shadowy Aries energy can be people who are very self-focused. Me. It's all about my wants, my needs, my lust, my greed, my pride, my ego, my image, my status, my fear, my insecurity, whatever. It's very self-focused. What is coming up for some people that are harnessing some shadowy Aries energy? And again, we either love ourselves to heal from past pain and heartbreak, or we think we don't have to do that. And in our ego nature is kind of like our worldly nature is kind of represented by the devil. I'm just going to go indulge in things in the world. I'm sure that'll make me feel better. I don't have to do the inner work. I don't have to deal with my past. I don't have to deal with my fears, my insecurities. I don't have to deal with my ego. I don't have to deal with my self-centeredness. I'm just going to go indulge in the world, and I'm sure it'll all be better. The thing is, it keeps coming up over and over, and they keep repeating these patterns of relationship over and over. And if they get relationships with loving people, eventually those people end the relationship because they're never really bringing the dream into reality, because they're defensive. their dream relationship is to be defensive and operate from pride and ego, and maybe be in relationships that might be more superficial or more materialistically based. And if you're not willing to stay in a relationship with them for those reasons, then they don't want to be in a relationship with you either. Because they want to be in a relationship with people who are willing to buy into the illusion of how they view life, you know? And you want people to buy into the illusion of how you view life. Tell us about what people in some shadowy Aries energy, what's coming up for them? The King of Wands, because of the Ace of Cups. Well, I think they're going to get in a new relationship because it's kind of like getting the fix. If you haven't learned to empower yourself and heal yourself from past pain and heartbreak, and to be more bold and brave and confident within yourself, a way to feel empowered within yourself is to go get in that new relationship or invest in something that you emotionally want to invest in to kind of like make yourself feel better or boost your ego or whatever. So I think they're going to go get in a new relationship. So for those people, they might go get in another relationship because it's all to, again, if you're not empowering yourself and healing yourself, and you have some, either you're very prideful and egotistical and it's all about like conquest and ego and victory and indulgence, that's just how they live their life. For other people, it's they don't want to deal with their issues, so it's like going and getting a fix. Who now can I go get in a relationship to boost my ego or make me feel better? Who else can I go exchange resources with because somebody ended a relationship with me and I don't want to see the truth that they might have ended the relationship because I am prideful or egotistical or stubborn or manipulative or abusive or whatever. If you won't put up with me in a relationship, I'll go find someone who does. And they're going to keep moving forward in their pride and ego, being defensive, getting in another relationship, feeling defensive. If that person really wants to bring a dream into reality, they're going to probably do some emotionally manipulative things to make that person feel wounded, so that person will keep trying to make the relationship with them work. Because that's kind of what loving people do in a relationship, right? I'm trying to make this relationship move forward to bring this dream into relationship, and they're kind of sabotaging the relationship. I don't want you to get balance within yourself and be bold and brave and confident. I'm going to do things to make you fearful or insecure or not feel loved and not believe in yourself so that you keep focused on exchanging resources with me. It's like, that's perfect. You keep doing that. And then we'll move forward. And now that I know you don't love and believe in yourself and you're not bold and brave and confident to leave my house, perfect. I guess I can manipulate and control you because you're defensive of believing in your dreams and tempering your own fears and insecurities to invest in turning your back on me and balancing out your emotions that I'm kind of hurtful and unkind in a relationship. If you're not willing to heal and balance out your strong emotions about the fact that you got in a relationship with someone who's kind of an immature player, or and that could be even a coworker at work or a boss at work, that works for them. Perfect. You just balance out your emotions about the fact that I do things that are hurtful. You keep trying to think of new ideas to motivate and inspire me to heal and grow and mature myself. And I'm going to quit. I'm going to keep not doing that. And I'm going to keep doing exactly what I've been doing. And if you want to keep investing in this, that works for me. And some high vibe people are like, I have been around that block before. And no, I'm not going to keep investing time, energy, and effort into you. I am done. And I am going to have good boundaries against manipulative, prideful, egotistical, self-centered people in my life because I deserve to have my dream come into reality. And I'm going to temper my ego that maybe the divine was always trying to tell me the truth and I just didn't want to see it, but now I see it. And I'm listening to my intuition, and I'm tempering my pride and ego, and I'm being more careful about who I invest my time and energy and effort into. And I'm going to balance out my strong emotions about the fact that some people in my life had a different dream than I do. And I'm going to heal, and I'm going to give myself everything that I wish they would have given me, because the divine was trying to tell me this person isn't on the same page as you. Life's an adventure to be lived. There was lessons to learn from this life experience. For you to learn to be more bold and brave and confident within yourself, to love yourself, to believe in yourself, to temper your own fears, your own insecurities, to invest in loving yourself and having good boundaries within yourself, to believe in yourself, and to heal from your past pain and heartbreak, because we got a new adventure coming up for you. And the other people are going to keep being bossy and controlling and all about themselves, and they're going to go get in another relationship and try to do the same thing of being manipulative and bossy and controlling and in their fear and in their insecurity with someone else. And it's probably going to turn out exactly the same way. So there you go, Aries energy. I wish you peace, love, and joy, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.